Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EGIK WM France Deck G456 game with Astaroth, Mercator, and Hardcore. Opening pack, there's Casino Manager, there's Shearer. I kind of like Casino Manager because I probably wheel Stockman. Yeah. I don't think I'm taking Remodeler over Casino Manager. I think the straight up forward of Casino Manager is better. The only other thing I'd seriously consider here is Shearer. Wood Deliveryman is possible with Casino Manager, but I'm never taking Wood Deliveryman over Casino Manager itself. So there's some interesting combos to come back here. Stockman, Tarzan, you could get Breeding Pair of Cattle potentially just off of those two cards. Oh, whoops. I forgot to edit this video that I just put on YouTube. Should cut out the opening 10 minutes. Whoops. That's to do for later. Okay, well, this is a pretty easy Wealthiest European in my mind. The influx of resources you can get from Wealthiest European is fantastic. I actually don't dislike Storehouse Minder with Casino Manager. I think the extra resources can be quite good. But yeah, it's a pretty easy Wealthiest European. So I know that Stockman is in the draft. So I could pick up a Handmaid here. There's Livestock Keepers. That's another way to get breeding cattle early. Hill Bandit is... I like Hill Bandit, probably the best card here, but with Wealthiest European, it's worse. And I think I'm totally off of Renaissance Man with Casino Manager, Wealthiest European. I think that my hand needs to be pretty focused, and anything that's not like kind of directly helping me with that is discarded. Yeah. Head of the Revolution for potential 3 points here. Sure. And Remodeler came back. So Stockman and the other cattle, no, Tarzan's still here, but Stockman and the other one's gone. Remodeler seems unlikely. Like, the problem with Remodeler is I return a stable, then I'd have to probably go back and fence that stable again build that stable again later. So the only way it works is if I build a wood room, then remodel, then go back and build another room and stables later. I mean, that is technically possible, but I don't think I'm likely to do it. I guess I take it anyways. Just open barn, yeah. Yeah, the timing on Remodeler coming after ahead of the after Wealthiest European is awkward. Especially if I'm also trying to get wood out of Casino Manager, like they both kind of want to be played in stage 3. So yeah, Storehouse Minder is one of my pet cards. I guess I could take it just in case I dump Wealthiest European. But Debris Dealer is a card that might actually get played. Yeah, I guess it's technically possible. I mean, if I am remodeling, then, Debris Dealer just before the next person renos will give me wood, so yeah. The problem with Debris Dealer is like sometimes with Casino Manager in the draft, building stables is like and fences is contested in 13-14. So then if people are renovating to out of their wood houses and you're getting wood that you can't use otherwise, we'll see though. Also, hello, Rallocran and Gray, welcome. Hmm. So this week, I should look at what's my schedule for this week. So I think I have the late game tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it'll be 6 o'clock start. Thursday it'll be a late start. I should put that in. Maybe put that in Discord. Do I have anything on Saturday or Sunday? I don't think so. Hello, Wishman. Uh, seventh pick Renaissance Man. This is a weird draft. Wheeling Remodeler and then getting Renaissance Man back here. This draft is so strange. It's a very strange draft. So Underground Shed is kind of funny with with Wealthiest European, because what Underground Shed does is it lets me build the well potentially twice, and then also get all my stables at the same time. I mean, for me, the pick here is Fish Trap. I usually prioritize Fish Trap over Landing Net. Because Fish Trap you can get off of you can do 3 wood into Fish Trap, whereas Landing Net you have to get Reedstone Food in round 1. And if you get 2 Reed round 2, then like the Landing Net's a decent amount worse for you. Yeah, good. This is a good opening pack for me. Be happy with Fish Trap or Landing Net. Flea Market, be very happy to wheel. Keep Underground Shed in mind. I'll absolutely keep Underground Shed in mind. The unfortunate thing about taking Fish Trap here is that I'm like directly competing with the Landing Net player. So that's unfortunate, but alright, well, Half Timbered House. I think it's a pretty easy pick here. Makes the Breed Dealer a bit better. So now I have a pretty clear plan of 5-room stone house with, oh my god, a baby sling here as well? What? This is absurd. This is absurd. Alright, so now I have a pretty clear plan of a 5-room stone house. Maybe a room coming from Remodeler. Fence 15, 4 stables, play half timbered house. If I can get 3 points out of Head of the Revolution, like I'm gonna have a hard time losing with that setup. Best card Swan Lake. Yeah, but it doesn't really work with my wealthiest European. There's a very, very good chance that I don't play four occupations. That I play wealthiest Euro, casino manager, remodeler, and don't play another one. Or play wealthiest Euro. Probably I'm playing casino manager, but like wealthiest Euro, head of the revolution, casino manager, something like that. And I don't remodeler even. How do I always find the baby sling? I mean, I get past it. I don't pass it as much as other. I value it higher than other people do. And definitely there are cases where you make other people's games better. I think the thing to remember is that like getting actions after family growthing can be really important because sometimes you play a minor that has an effect, right? And you can get that effect right away. Or what I think is a lot more relevant is food. The ability to family growth and then take food after. And not to mention that when you're in the family growth queue, there are a lot of forced actions. So getting an extra action in there can sometimes let you build the cooking hearse, steal the sheep, do stuff like that. And sometimes you grow and you make the family growth space open again, and nobody else uses it, and then you're just like paying a read for three guest tokens, which is awesome. Trying to think what minor here would make me play. I don't even think private market would make me play Renaissance Man here. uh, Three wells, anyone? Oh man. Backdoor's not terrible here as well. It's worse with Baby Sling, but it's not terrible. Trip to the Lake is also not embarrassing. The problem with Trip to the Lake is like that plus Half Timbered House plus Baby Sling. That's adding a lot of read to my cost in a game where I know that the read player is out there. The landing net player is out there. So I'm kind of off of Trip to the Lake because of that. Same issue with Peasant's Boutique. I mean, I could just take Wishing Fountain to take it. To have it so that other players don't. And it's maybe fine for me with Half Timbered House. It maybe helps me play Half Timbered House. I think most of the time, though, I'm not going to have that much stone. Like, without a way to help me build major improvements, like, I'm not going to build the well 3 times. And I don't really have a payoff for building it 3 times, like, aside from getting the food and the points. I think I'm just going to take Clay Exchange here. Kind of off of all these. So Underground Shed is gone. Okay. Take Flea Market. A lot of the time with Flea Market, you're just gaining the food because you can, especially if I have a bunch of actions, I can get the resource back myself. Hey, does Flea Market work with Fish Trap? The action space. Does the action space provide the read? I mean, yeah, maybe that works. That might work. I'm not embarrassed by Coarse Grain with Debris Dealer here. Just thinking that the odds that I get 2 cattle, like Magic Beans is pretty much only good if you're getting more than 1 cattle, right? Like if you have 2 cattle, breed 1, and then you turn it into beans, right? That's where it's worth a lot. But most of the time I just end the game with 1 total cattle. I'm off the Sausage Grinder because I already have Yeah, I don't think I want sausage. Yeah, I don't think I want sausage grinder. I think I'm gonna take coarse grain here. I think it's not embarrassing. BMW upgrade seems good. I'm not so sure. Space that provides read means it. I think you're adding an extra qualifier there that doesn't have to be there, Montu. You know what? This might be a hand that actually plays Ho. I might take grain twice and take vegetable twice. Not impossible that I have the actions to do that. But I think you're reading like an extra line of text there, Monty, which I don't think you need to, or an extra qualifier. It's from a space that provides read, right? Let's look at mailman. Oh, WM. Wait. Where is my? Why isn't I? There we go. Look at mailman. What do we say for mailman? I think it works. Space that provides read. Yeah, but for one time only, I'm creating a space that provides read. It doesn't normally provide read, but I am creating a space that provides read. Did I put it in the... I might have put it in the other compendium. If we had a ruling. I feel like this is older than that. This might even be an EIK. It might even be resolved in EIK. It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say anything helpful. So presumably Astaroth has landing net, given Mercator played extensive resume on start player. Um, yeah, except this is in italics, which means it's not like a real thing. So in actuality, if you look at this text is different. This text literally says receive read on an action space. So I don't think this is so read exchange. Yeah, no, these are not relevant, Montu, because those all are not actions when you're taking. Those are not action spaces. Those are ways to get read from improvements in occupations. But you get them immediately, not from the space. Or any other, but see, but look at this. This is specifically talking about read exchange, helpful neighbors, read buyer, read collector, right? Which are all cards that immediately give you read without using an action. So I don't think it's the best analogy. Like this one, this is get read. This is, I feel like you reading subtext, looking at all these example ones. It's get read without an action in brackets. So if we're making it in inferences, I'm looking at the example of all of these. None of these give actions, or sorry, none of these come from action spaces. What's the other one? Read fishing net, landing net. Maybe on here. Is activated, blah blah blah. So the exact same text. Is not activated when you receive read because of a minor improvement or occupation. Receive read on an action space. Food is reduced. Other building resources. Yeah, so maybe not. Specifically this line, I guess. Now this line is the same as the other line, except it doesn't have all the example ones that I think are bad examples. I should maybe take 4 wood here. But I want to activate my fish trap that I just played. The landing net. Yeah. We might have. I bet if I search like landing net plus mailman in here, it's probably in here. Unfortunately, our search function is awful. The search function for this thing is so bad. It's probably in. Realistically, it's probably in here. This isn't the first time it's come up. It's probably in here. Nothing too interesting. Hill Bandit got played. Yeah, nothing really interesting going on. Hmm. Landing net and wheelbarrow pusher. There might be something useful in there. So I'll take 3 wood if it's there. If it's not, I don't really want 2 wood. I'll probably second move start player baby sling. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably grab baby sling. Fireplace is still unbuilt, so I guess I just build the first fireplace here. And then start player baby sling. With the eye, with an eye on grabbing 4 wood here. Although I really want more than 4 wood. Yeah, because I want to get to 7. Because if I'm gonna play Remodeler, the sequence for Remodeler is likely build a wood room in a stable, remodel, and then go back and build a clay room in 4 stables. That's likely what I would be doing. Man, I wish this. What we really need is we need a way to link all these discussions to their cards. So I could search for the card in the CAC, which is a much easier place to search, and then you could just link all the relevant discussions in here. Are you receiving the read from the miner or not? I mean, you're receiving the read because of the miner, but it's on the space. Case of mailman and flea market, you are not receiving the read from the miner, but the space. Does the space now count as a space that provides read? Yeah, I think if a space has a read on it and you get a read when you take it, then it provides read. Yes. I think that's literally the definition of a space that provides read. At least I think so. That seems... I'm actually quite surprised this isn't in here. Search. Maybe if I do this advanced search. Don't search all. Only in... I don't think this works, though. It's a problem. I don't think this thing actually works. Yeah, it doesn't. Mercator took start. Mercator has landing net, so played extensive resume first. Interesting. 4 clay looks like the play. Well, at least I have the resources to build my clay room. But yeah, I need to get there on wood. Ooh, family growth flips. Kind of interesting. Because nobody built. So building to grow is going to be what's happening. So that means if I play baby sling, then I'm not letting anybody else grow. So something to keep in mind. Mailman plus insert card that might interact with it here. Hey, it actually turned out something useful. So like woodcutter says use a family member's action to take wood. So maybe that's not analogous enough to satisfy you guys, which is fine. Landing net and woodcutter. These cards that will always trigger when taking the mailman resource, since they activate when taking any resource from the board. Chris says they didn't, but Ish says yes. Enwell says they all combo. Hunter says that they don't necessarily combo. But Hunter says it does. Yeah, so it seems like they do combo. At least landing net does. So I think if landing net does, then fish trap does. I could actually play Wealthiest Euro here. Because I know that I need wood, right? I'll just take the sheep, though. I can wait a little longer. I can play Wealthiest Euro maybe next round. I consider playing it. Yeah, that seems like they work together. Net Fisherman also says space that provides read. So, sorry, what's your argument, Montu? So, could you take the thing and trigger a Net Fisherman? Oh, sure. Yeah. But you're I think you're conflating two different things. So the reason I think you're conflating two different things is Fish Trap is not activated when you receive the food from fishing from Net Fisherman. That is it. When the compendium is saying these cards don't work with Net Fisherman, that's what they're saying. They're saying it's because Fish Trap gives you an extra food when you take food from fishing. Net Fisherman gives you the food off of fishing. What it's specifically calling out is saying that you don't get an extra food from Fish Trap when you receive the food from Net Fisherman. That's what those are talking about. So if I get 3 wood or reedstone food back here, I'll play those. Maybe even 2 reed. But otherwise, I might just play Wealthiest Euro here for 5 wood. Or 4 wood, or 2 wood and 2 stone or something. Yeah. So yeah, so when the compendium says Net Fisherman plus Fish Trap doesn't combo, what it's referring to is you don't get the fish. Point is the trigger space that provides read. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think they work. Yeah. That seems reasonable to me. We can actually, that's another good point. We could look up that ruling. Am I 1 clay short right now? I mean, I can do the math. I'm not worried about it at the moment. We can look at Net Fisherman. 3 wood came back, so I'll just take 3 wood. When you play person on action space with reads, you stake your claim. Who cares about that? Is not activated when you play Read Exchange or Helpful Neighbors, or use any other improvement to receive reads. Or when you... Yeah, but see, this is referring to, again, this is referring to stuff that gives you read right away. Collecting the food does not count as taking a fishing action and does not activate all this stuff. Sure. You cannot take other stuff that might be on fishing because of wood distributor. Sure. Random play if you take the read after. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Use an action space that... So the problem with this one is directly. But yeah, I think it probably works. And actually, you know what? There's some cases where the compendium doesn't actually match the text on the card, which is annoying. There are a couple cases like that. So the art director can beat me to the room space, so I have to start player here. So I'll go ahead and play Baby Sling. This might actually be the case where I'm supposed to pay a sheep instead because I really care about getting that reed for my remodeler as soon as possible. But game looks hungry. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, two food is better than a reed. Most of the time. So yeah, if Reedstone Food's there, I'm taking Reedstone Food. If not, Occupation Wealthiest Euro to get enough wood to build a bunch of more stuff. Seems like an okay line. But yeah, Reedstone Food's there, so let's take Reedstone Food. Double build. I could. Yeah, I didn't really seriously consider double building in this game because of Casino Manager. Because building two wood rooms just and then having to go back to the build room space twice, in all likelihood, to get the Casino Manager points, just seemed like it was going to be asking way too much. Now, realistically, in this game, so okay, hardcores. You know what? We've got two players who've already played things that help them build stables. I was gonna say in a lot of games, I can probably just drop Casino Manager in 13 for 3 points in a wood and not worry about fighting for it because I first picked it. But specifically with Silo Builder and with the stablemen in play, that's not as guaranteed as it sometimes would be. And yes, well built. Thank you, Relocran. The sheep seem wrong. When did I take sheep? Did I take them in 5? I did take them in 5. Huh. Alright. This game's just going quicker now. Probably because I'm not alt-tabbed half the time. Astaroth gonna Galaxy Brain Casino Manager. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. So, third action, 3 sheep. 3 sheep or wealthiest euro. Most likely. Most likely. Reno is also an option. No, Reno's not an option because Remodeler's not in play. I was gonna say, where are the places I can guarantee myself getting the flea market resource? But Reno is the only one really, unless I took Start Player and put it on Family Growth. But obviously, I had to play Baby Sling. Yeah, good stuff for hardcore. Cellar builder, underground shed. Yeah, good stuff. I guess nobody's ready to steal the sheep yet. How risky do I want to play here? I think this is an acceptable risk. You know what? Let's not place the reed. Let's place the clay. Because placing the reed is really playing with fire with the landing net. I should probably subtract the clay. You think hardcore is going to take the sheep? I think hardcore cares about. I don't know. For some reason, I have the impression that hardcore really wants to rebuild the well and or build an oven. Like hardcore might want to rebuild the well here instead of taking the sheep. I think hardcore might have like because I don't know. With heavy plow, I'm thinking hardcore has something like some way of getting cattle, presumably, right? Like might have Tarzan for no Tarzan wheeled, so it doesn't have Tarzan. Yeah, maybe hardcore just takes the sheep and then builds the cooking hearth after. It's possible. I get 7 resources here. Have some of them be wood. Maybe 4 wood and what? When I remodel. And then, so I'm gonna have to take clay. So I don't think I take clay here. So maybe 4 wood and 3 stone. Take 2 clay. No, I don't think I will. I have debris dealer to get me clay. I have coarse grain that wants clay. Half timbered house wants clay. I'm totally fine with taking another clay grab. Also, I think I'm probably just gonna build the pottery. So I'm pretty sure I just actively want to take clay. Yeah, I thought hardcore might be more afraid of the well getting built, especially if hardcore also took wishing well. But underground shed plus silo builder makes sense. So if I first move remodel next round, Astaroth can block my Reno, but would have to do so with their first action. So it's possible, but it doesn't seem likely. So I probably get remodeler, Reno, grow, and then a fourth action, likely taking food next round. Yeah, Akren OFG next round. Yep. Yeah, most likely. Now, hardcore might first move take clay. Hardcore might first move take 5 clay, but I'm not sure how hardcore feeds in that line. So I'm pretty sure hardcore can't afford to grow this round. So I think I get to grow here. Which is good. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Astaroth can't afford to first move grow here. Because if Astaroth does that, then if Astaroth does that, then they don't have the clay to make their make a cooking hearth. I'm pretty sure I get to grow here. Yeah, and then if I can get to breed dealer out reasonably before anybody renos, 4 wood plus 4 to 6 clay with the pottery, and my desire to build a 5th room, that all seems really good. Really good. This room should be. If I'm building the 5th room, up here is fine. Most of the time, though, this room should be down here. Yeah, may as well. Because you want your room down here so that you can do potential fencing like this. With the 8 down here and then your 3 fields. In this game, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to build the 5th room. So the room touching these 2 stables makes it fine, but it's okay. Poor Astaroth having to get sheep here. Feels bad. Do I play Ho here? Trying to decide between Ho and Clay Exchange. Not too excited about playing either. Playing Clay Exchange seems a little dangerous. Just spending stuff. But I mean, realistically, am I building any of these three majors? No. The only thing left to go into stone is my stone house plus afterbirth house. Now, to be fair, that does cost 5 stone total. But I mean, two reedstone food actions, maybe 3 reedstone food actions. Yeah, 3 reedstone food actions, I guess, is doable. The problem is there's just like clay available here. But I think there's enough stone in the game that I'll do this. Oof. Good resource piles next round. I'll leave 4 wood for myself and take 5 clay here. Yeah. And then I'm eating a sheep here. 3 food, a clay, and an H to feed 7. Hardcore, I'll take the 6 wood. I'll take the 4 wood. And then I'd probably take the 2 reed. 4 wood, 2 reed, build, grow is technically possible. I'm sure somebody's going on build in front of that, though. Yeah, getting the breed dealer out seems good. Because, yeah, 4 or 6 clay from debris dealer plus. Oh, oof, oof, oof. Oh, getting 6 wood here is pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. Yeah, so Reno Cooking Hearth is the next move for Astaroth. So play debris dealer here. I would like to take the 4 wood or the 3 stone, but probably 4 wood's going to hardcore. Maybe. Hardcore's feeding is a little uncertain at the moment. Doesn't actually have a way to eat those sheep yet. I removed the clay, right? Yeah, I did. Few wood here. Last directions, 2 sheep, 2 boar is doable, but probably Astaroth. Maybe Astaroth might take the 2 sheep if I take the 2 boar. So maybe 2 boar, 3 stone. We'll see what Mercator's up to. Yeah, debris dealer is good with the pottery. Yep, I agree. Also, if Astaroth takes animals last move, I get to take 2 reed and build grow again next round. My feeding would be a bit tight, but if I do an animal grab and then 2 reed, then I don't think I have to worry. And especially too, because I can always take a random grain to play coarse grain on family growth, and that really solves my feeding problems. Mercator's playing country doctor here. You still need another. Still need to fill one more there, Mercator. I really want to leave one of these animal grabs. Yeah, you know what? Astaroth spent all the Astaroth Reno, so build is not contested next round. Yeah, so I can leave one of these animals to go to 3 and take them with my first move next round. So I can take 2 reed and 3 stone here. Or reed stone food. Yeah, no, probably 2 reed, 3 stone. Because hardcore is going to grow here. Play Shepherd's Pipe. Okay. I mean, technically, hardcore might have Shearer. So hardcore could first move take 3 sheep. That is possible. Let's do this, because then if the 3 stone's gone, I take reedstone food and build the BMW. Then I take whatever animal grab is there with my first move next round. Yeah, Astaroth not going to take a pair of animals when fencing provides a pair of animals. Seems reasonable to me. Well, the only question now is, can I figure out a way to get the head of the revolution points for myself? And do I get both my fields? I think it seems likely that I get both. Well, Astaroth and Hardcore both need 2 fields still. And that one plow hasn't come down yet. The moldboard plow has not come down yet. So, something to think about. Build is still uncontested. I could... I like the idea of taking grain for coarse grain. The problem is... I guess I could reno. I could reno afterwards and upgrade my fireplace to a cooking hearth. Yeah, okay. I like that line. Let's take a grain here. And then I can reno, I get 2 clay, which is food for coarse grain, plus I build the upgrade my fireplace to a cooking hearth, which gets me an extra food. So then I'd have 5 food from 3 clay and 3 food from a boar and 1 food, and that's enough. Astaroth, the one with shear. That makes sense. Yeah. Animal breed are not likely to pass shear. Oh, I don't have the read for Reno. Oh. Hmm. I don't have enough read to Reno after building. Well, maybe I just build a cooking hearth on major with my last move. And eat 2 boar in a clay. Yeah, that's fine. It would be better to breed my boar here. But I'm going up to 5 family members here, so I can afford to take food repeatedly. What's Astaroth thinking about? Oh, I had to undo a fences action, which can take a while. Usually it's faster just to F5. Oh! Oh yeah, mercator's not going to let me grow. Okay, yeah, right. I forgot about that. Mercator's not going to let me just grow. Alright, so I can eat... Now I really want to avoid eating the boar, since I'm not growing here. So, boar and clay and a food, I'm at 5. Fishing is a 3 food action, technically. Cattle is a 3 food action. So I want two Reedstone food actions. Two Reedstone food actions. The BMW is an option. I'm getting two more wood from Debris Dealer. So I need another 6 wood after that. Probably just plow here for now. I have to look at this draft and see what Astaroth took over heavy plow. I think I passed heavy plow. I think I passed heavy plow. So if I passed heavy plow, then Astaroth did as well. Interested to see what Astaroth took instead. Next move, 2 wood, and then family growth jump to Reno. I guess hardcore might Reno, cooking hearth upgrade. So yeah, that's probably a more important move than 2 wood. So we have Stable Hand, Stockman, and Silo Builder in a draft where I first picked Casino Manager. That's a bit unfortunate. Because I expected wood to be a bit more available here, but especially with Stockman coming down, yeah, it's not going to be the case. Makes sense that Mercator did draft Stockman, just given that Mercator opened handmade, but I think it's pretty optimistic of Mercator to think that they might get it back. And yeah, without fencing help, is this worth it as Mercator? Without fencing help? Not sure. Stables is also contested action. As soon as Astaroth takes a 2 wood, Stables becomes a very contested action as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Could also take 1 wood. 1 wood gives you the stable. It doesn't activate Animal Breeder though. If I take Reedstone food again, I have 4 food, pottery 6, boar with a cooking hearth 9. And then probably 2 boar and 14. It should be okay. What if hardcore has like a ninja or something? Some way to get on plow so. Just thinking about this heavy plow and wondering what it's for. Aside from yoke. Oh, Dairy Crier. Nice. 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 Alright. That's awesome. Super happy to receive 2 sheep here. That's really good for us. Really good. Pay 2 clay. And then I will take 3 clay here or vegetable. I'll probably take vegetable. That was a huge gift. That was a huge gift, yeah. Can't wait for the start player ahead of the revolution and defense surprise. I think Fence might be too contested for that. I think Fence is too contested for ahead of the revolution. Certainly I want a Reno cooking hearth upgrade this round because I appreciate getting an extra 2 clay here. Hardcore probably plows or start players, so then I respond with 3 wood, I think, over Reedstone food. I think if I get 3 wood, well, 3 pieces remaining for Astaroth, potentially 4 if Astaroth doesn't get the 5th family member. So potentially 3 pieces remaining for Astaroth. I think I have to take the 3 wood. If I take the 3 wood, then I'm at minimum 2 pieces. The problem is Astaroth fencing 2 is very reasonable for Astaroth to do. And it puts a ton of fence pressure on the rest of us. So I think I take 3 wood here because it lets me second move fence 13. Or fence 12. This is risky because hardcore will want to plow next round. So if mercator start players here, that could be trouble. But I mean, yeah. Mercator can Reno, hardcore cannot. So Mercator can Reno fence. Takes green market, yeah. Yeah. So if I fence 13 here, then Mercator will probably Reno fence, and I'm going to want to play Half Timbered House afterwards, and that can be on Reno improvement. Yeah, I guess I can't. That means I don't want to Reno this round. I just have to major cooking hearth upgrade. If I do that, though, then I really need to do a full clay action, which is not ideal. So then I should fence with this move. I think I have to. The problem is now mercator is more feels safer in Reno fence. So then mercator might plow so, which means hardcore might plow. I'm pretty sure though hardcore will take fence. Pretty sure hardcore will take fence. So I should get first move plow next round, which lets me play head of the revolution here, depending on hardcore's last two moves. Not enough points for a whole timbered head. Yes. Kind of surprised that I guess my farm's pretty well developed. I'm feeling the action crunch here, which I'm surprised by. Maybe I guess what's gonna happen in 14, I'm gonna have actions that I don't know what to do with. So those can just take food. Because I was thinking building the cooking hearth seems really important here, but maybe the cooking hearth is not that important. Maybe reedstone food, for clay, and head of the revolution are my last three moves here. Which is weird considering that, two boar and cooking hearth is also six food. But four clay is six food right now, so. Feels like this game slowed down a lot in the last couple rounds. Yeah, Astaroth has slowed down. Astaroth and hardcore. I've gotten a lot faster, and Astaroth and hardcore have slowed down by a decent amount. Oh, Mercator took Reedstone food. Oh. Hmm. That definitely puts Half Timbered House at risk. Because I need a Reedstone food action to play it. It's not worth playing without a Reedstone food action. Ooh, is Astaroth forcing a Reno here? Looks like Astaroth is forcing a Reno here. Interesting. So Astaroth leaving Reno open forces Reno fence by Mercator, forcing fence by hardcore, which means I get plow sow. Getting plow sow would be pretty cool. That would be an extra point in a food over just plow. Maybe Mercator doesn't care that much about fence. With only 7 wood, I would hope that Mercator values fence, but yeah, maybe not. Like, Plauso with Peon doesn't seem that necessary. Astaroth gonna Reno here. Okay. And playing Moldboard Plow here is very interesting. Because Moldboard Plow means Astaroth is not forcing fence anymore. Except with fencing 1. Very interesting move from Astaroth. Very interesting. This seems really bad by Astaroth, and it seems like it punishes me as well. Because I'm relying on Plow. I'm relying on the 2 fence actions being forced. If I play Head of the Revolution and Casino Manager, I get 2 wood. I am then threatening fence. I am then threatening Reno fence, which should theoretically force fence from Mercator. Am I giving away the fence points if I do that? No, because if a fence action comes to me, I take it myself. Right? There's no reason for me to let Astaroth have it. I think I can do that. Now, having to spend 2 food for Ock really blows. And the thing is, if I play Head of the Revolution and then don't get Plow, then I've given away those 3 points. But I think it makes the rest of my round like a lot better. So it might be worth it to do here. Let's see what hardcore does. Hardcore just took 1 wood. Yeah, so I can't play Head of the Revolution, because if I play Head of the Revolution, then I'm giving Fence 12 big to Hardcore. Can I play Casino Manager? I think I can play Casino Manager. Do I need to, though? Do I need to play Casino Manager here? I'm getting wood from Mercator, and I have more actions in Mercator. No, that's not true. Mercator I have... my last action is after Mercator, yes. Reno Improvement should be safe. Okay, so I can take 4 food, or I can take a cattle here. Alright. Well, hopefully I get a plow action here. You know what? If fencing 12 is actually like pretty bad for hardcore, but I guess you wouldn't fence 12. Hardcore could fence like 10, 11, something like that. I was gonna say you have to give away too many animals, but no, it would just fence smaller. So yeah, I'll just take the cattle here then. And I kind of want to hold Casino Manager until I see whether Astaroth gets that fence or not, because I guess hardcore can still family growth without room. So it's possible that they're both there. Yeah, so it's likely that Astaroth is 3 points off, 3 pieces off, if hardcore second move Renos. But I want to wait and see if that's what actually happens. So 3 clay to 5 food. And then another 5 food to feed 10. I get to breed these guys. Astaroth thinks he's getting regular plow here. Yeah, that's not happening. Astaroth has miscalculated here. Okay. Mercator first move, fences. Reno fences. Okay. Um, so, hardcore is going to plow so. And I am going to plow. So now I just need to set up half-timbered house on Reno. I can play Casino Manager if it's worth points. Otherwise, I don't have too much to do. I did. Thank you, Gray. Yeah, now Astaroth is taking wood, which means hardcore is going to fence. And then that should mean that I'm safe to play Head of the Revolution. And worst case Ontario, I tie with Astaroth. Yeah. Oh man, I really want those 3 boar, but I'm probably supposed to take Reedstone Food here, because not playing Reedstone Food is pretty bad. I don't want to leave those 3 boar for hardcore, but I guess I will. Astaroth might take them, I guess. Head of the Revolution is dead. Sorry, yeah, Casino Manager is what I meant. I can still play Casino Manager if it's worth points. But yeah, Head of the Revolution is dead. You're right. Presumably, Mercator is building a cooking hearth or a clay oven. Yeah, that's the only reason to take that clay there. So Hardcore gets the 3 boar back, because Astaroth did take Family Growth without room. So if Astaroth builds a stable with their last action, then they tie me on Casino Manager. And Hardcore is 4 pieces off, 3 fences, and 1 family member. So I can play Casino Manager here. I'm fine with tying with Astaroth. I'm beating Astaroth. Astaroth, negative on fields plus -6. I'm not worried about Astaroth. Especially since we know all Astaroth's hand at this point. No, Astaroth does have a minor that we don't know about. No, I passed Black Swan Lake. Yeah. Yeah, I passed everything. No, did I pass? I might not have passed Black Swan Lake. I definitely did not pass Animal Breeder. That we know that's the first pick, but did we pass Black Swan Lake? We definitely passed all the rest of the hand. We passed Moldboard Plow. We passed Swan Lake. We passed Absinthe. Trip. Oak Cask. I presume we passed Oak Cask. Food worth anything here? Let's take a vegetable for a point. For Reed, for the BMW was also an option, but vegetable is good. So I'm eating 2 sheep, puts me at 7 food. Eat 2 clay puts me at 10. Yep. So I breed my board to 5. I get 3 points from the casino manager. Oh. Astaroth could have gotten the casino manager points here. No, never mind. Yeah, Astaroth could have got the casino manager points here. That was a mistake by Astaroth. That was better. Oh, that was almost certainly better than Livestock Keeper. Oh, so was better. Oh, yeah, so was available. Yeah, you're right, Gray. Good call. I missed that so was available. Yes, because I am spending a clay on half-timbered house here. Yep. So that would have been 1 point better. You are right. And it might matter. +43 +9, 52. Nope, doesn't matter. I win by 3. So yeah, Astaroth not Astaroth's move was interesting there. Astaroth um playing moldboard plow meant that fencing was no longer threatened. It lets me play so okay. So if Astaroth doesn't do that, then we have first move Reno fence and then fence, and then I get plow so, and then Astaroth actually gets plow in that line. But Astaroth has to leave the 2 wood and can't actually play moldboard plow. Which is it's just interesting to think about what the round looks like. And Astaroth plows, then hardcore maybe takes the 3 boar at that point. Maybe takes family growth. Yeah. So what is it? It's 40, 52, 40, 45, 49. GG. Yeah, Baby Sling pretty good. Debris Dealer is good with Half Timbered House as well. And I managed to get the Casino Manager points. Didn't manage to also get Head of the Revolution, but I got the Casino Manager points, so I ticked off enough of my boxes to win this game. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I'll be back tomorrow about a bit earlier start because I need to be done way before this tomorrow. So a bit earlier start tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you then.